What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Anything But ASICs, and we're just gonna do some news articles today. Topics are out those paper hands and our Lord and Savior, Elam. Next video though, I have to script that one out because it's looking to be a big. It's looking to be like it's gonna be a glowy Christmas, if you know what I mean. So my summary on Bitcoin panic sellers are a Christmas gift to the rich. You know, you're just giving that money, just giving up that good old Bitcoin. You know it's gonna flip around, and they love getting it cheap. But so the summary for this is basically paper hands are panic selling before the regulators come in. Regulate. All eyes on the feds if they decide how a decentralized currency, technically outside of their grasp, gets regulated. I gotta work that out. Regulate. Okay. Well, I guess it's no different than the digital USD we've been using for the past 3 decades. It's an electronic currency. Nobody seems to know it. Nobody seems to care. But the money printer went brr. And we don't want to be holding the USD back. Nobody wants to be holding the bag. That's why the yuan is trying to pump the yuan as the next world reserve currency. But even we don't want the yuan. That's a bad idea in itself. So, just so you know, though, when you sell your Bitcoin to the exchanges, you're selling it to long-term whales. They're glad to scoop it up for what they consider cheap before they pump it back up. And I want to show you like a really good chart of that. What happened yesterday? Charts went crazy. See, this was Bitcoin. I set this up earlier. We looked yesterday. What happened was December 14th. You had a drop here to 46,659. Then the bots bought this up, or the whales, where you want to call it. They set up bots. Yes, they're using bots. That's why you're not winning. They're using bots. And and the bot just kept hitting it at 46,500 ish. You know, they kept pumping. They kept buying back in. That's where they wanted to buy. That was the low call. That was the resistance, and it bought back up. But by this time, I guess the third. By the third hit, by the third sell off right here, I guess everybody figured out what the jig was, and they bought up when the bots bought up, or the bots just overcorrected, and they went through, and then when the bots overcorrected, hopefully some paper hands, or what we thought were paper hands, got back at the bots here by selling off a higher high than it was than it was on the 14th. So who won here? I don't know, but that was just that. So there's some interesting remarks. This is an interesting thing to know that whales are still buying and Bitcoin miners are still holding. But there's no doubt that people need to take profits. There's no shame in taking profits, but although I discussed like yesterday, or not yesterday, previous video, I'll just say previous video, Bitcoin miners are holding their Bitcoin by selling it, well, not selling it, but yield farming and lending it out through different platforms and doing all kinds of crazy stuff to keep a hold of that Bitcoin. So they don't have to give it up. And let me put this up real quick. I thought this was going to be so funny. Let's see, go full screen. Glowy Activity. This is basically where we are. I'm telling you guys, the next video I make is going to be just, this says it all. Glowy Activity. Just be ready for that glowy activity to come. But okay. Now the Tesla. And this picture is just, this is just grand. This is grand. This is really good. Oh man. The world's biggest car manufacturer. I didn't know Tesla was actually. That's news to me. That Tesla is the biggest world's car manufacturer. Is accepting Dogecoin is very in a very first of its kind in crypto history. Its CEO Elon Musk. Here he comes, Trolleyolio. I don't remember the rest of that song, but Tesla will make some merch viable with Doge, and we'll see how it goes. It's not selling the cars per se, but that was enough to get those get people interested, get people buying it. Even though I remember way back when, when Dogecoin was nothing. I remember when the site you would go to it was just a picture of the Doge and maybe one link to click on. And it was just a pain. It was a pain trying to get anything done on that website, trying to get a node, anything. And I think the DigiBuy community came through. And remember, I'm not sure if it was Chilling Silence, but he did. A couple of the people in the DigiBuy community, since it's merged mine with DigiBuy and Litecoin, they revamped some of the code for Dogecoin to keep it on life support, basically, because it was just it's a joke. It's supposed to go into trash. And I just noticed that this dog looks demonic is all get out. But it's sign up. But yeah. So apparently, Elon Musk and Bezos has been losing money. See, Elon had to shell out 10 billion, while Bezos had to shell out 4 billion because they were too rich. But looks like Elon's planning on recouping from the Biden burn. I'm gonna call it the Biden burn. This is the ultra rich get the Biden burn. I'm coining that here, the Biden burn. They recruit that in the crypto market. Hopefully that they'll stay in the crypto market and the long arm Biden. I'm gonna have to make a meme of that. Long arm Biden can't touch them, or at least they're gonna have a hard time touching them, especially if they stay in crypto. Side note: this article is really trolly. I didn't know Discord mods were having trouble with we'll call them quote unquote. You can't see me doing quotes. People in mascot costumes trying to show Ethereum on Discord. God, it's a bunch of bronies. But the article continues with it isn't clear whether this is 2021 anymore. Anyone is into using their crypto for a primary currency. It's not really. No one is really using it for primary currencies. It's more about the tech right now. As much as we hate to say that, it's really about laying the foundation for the tech and making sure everybody gets stuck in this dystopian digital currency future where you have to sell a kidney and your soul and whatever you have to some AI overlord that was rooted in some kind of complex math that eventually figured out. It eventually came to consciousness just due to the sheer amount of processing power being put to it. Okay, I kind of went way over, but only people are really using cryptocurrencies as their main source of let's see, their prior main source of currency is really Lebanon. I didn't even know Lebanon, but Venezuela and El Salvador. Yes, I know about those two. El Salvador is really big on the Dash, but that's about it. There's no people really using this in the real world. I mean, there are some techno nerds out there like us. We'll buy some things with Monero, cause you know. But that's it for this article. I'll leave the links in the descriptions and stuff, so you guys stop doing that. Links in the description, so you guys can come back through and read it. Although this will be old news by the time I put this out. I planned on putting it out earlier, but I got distracted. But like I said, the next thing I put out, even though it's going to be old news, it's going to be some really, some glowy activity. It's going to be glowy activity. Guaranteed glowy, radioactive glowing activity. and I'll see you guys some other time.